Our session is getting recorded. Now we're going to talk about the course called VBA Foundation and how it is beneficial and why you should do it. All of you has already given a great reason why you are doing it, but just to add a little bit more light into it, I am going to take you through a presentation. And this is the only presentation that we'll go through, right? There are no other presentations we use during our course. We make sure that our course remains practical oriented, right? Okay. So before we get started, as I said, this session is recorded. Uh, Now we don't have a lot of people, so you can just unmute yourself and ask questions. Don't worry about it. All right. Uh, let's start with VBA. What is VBA? All right. VBA stand for Visual Basic for Application. Designed and developed by Microsoft, works with all Office applications. So not only Excel, it works with Word, PowerPoint, Access, and multiple other tools. However, our focus will be in Excel, right? And as it is designed and developed by Microsoft, it is always available in Excel. You don't need to download any additional application. It is used mostly for automating repetitive work and data processing. It's an object-oriented language and one of the easiest coding language to learn. So in case you have not learned any language in past, you're not even from the background, that's completely fine. Object-oriented language means there are already objects that you can manipulate. All right. Yes. Go ahead. Any question? All right. Okay. Again, as it is built in Excel, you don't need to download any additional software. You can just open Excel and start coding. So if your company have policies like, where you cannot install software or anything, that doesn't impact. You can still use it. Okay. Now, why should you learn VBA? What is in there that will help you? Well, VBA, there are multiple things that will help you. One is Jumpstart for automation. It's a path for data science. A lot of the data science still happens in Excel and it's still required. It's easy to learn. It has a wide application, reduces stat, it increases your accuracy of anything that you do in Excel. You'll be able to do it automatically, so it will be faster. Save time and money. It's help you progress in career, as a lot of you say that you want to. It make you more employable because you have additional skills, which will help you always, right? So these are some of the reasons you should consider uh, learning VBA right now. Now, why you should learn it now? Why I cannot wait for another 6 months and then learn it, right? Well, 50% of tasks that you are doing at the moment can be automated by 2025. And you don't want to be the one person whose work is getting automated. You should be the one who is automating the work, right? So that is one of the reasons. There is an increase in demand for data analysts and data scientists, where VBA plays a very pivotal role. You may lag behind a little bit because I'm sure all of you who are here doing this VBA demo didn't woke up yesterday and say I want to do a VBA. You might have been thinking about it from like last 6 months at least, right? Some of you might be thinking about it years now. So this is the best time to start it. It will help you take step towards your dream job, of course. Okay. Before we go into why you should learn it from FCKS, I'll just pause for 10 seconds and ask you if you have any questions so far. Any questions about VBA?
No.
All right. So let's go to the next thing and
Hi,
we'll
sir.
talk.
Uh,
Yeah, go
Hi,
ahead.
hi, sir.
Hi.
Yeah. Uh, Sir, I was working in Excel with my knowledge
Daru, your
and
voice
a
is
little bit of
breaking.
advanced
Not
Excel.
Daru, sorry, your voice is breaking.
Okay, sir. Here now, sir.
No, I think still not clear.
Hey, this is Sandeep. I think I got his question. I think
Oh,
he
okay.
wanted to ask, since we are working in Excel, okay, so how much knowledge we need, because there are people who have just started their career. So how much knowledge in depth is required for Excel, since we will be using that application?
Okay, that's an excellent question, right? So the question is, as we're going to use Excel, do we need to be expert in Excel? Not really, because we don't use Excel formulas here, right? We built VBA. So if you understand the basic Excel, like what is cell, what is sheet, and all those stuff, you're good. If you understand little bit of those, you're good. You don't need a detailed knowledge of Excel. However, I do recommend you to learn Excel. It's a very good tool. Okay, Tharu, does that help?
Okay. Yes,
For
sir.
this
Yes, yes.
course, you
Yes.
don't require detailed knowledge, but my recommendation is even after this course, you can join Advanced Excel and learn that. It's a good knowledge to have. It's like Excel is these days required everywhere. All right. Thanks, Sandeep, for helping with that conversation. All right. Now let's talk about why FCK. So FCK stands for Achieving Freedom by Creativity and Knowledge Sharing. We are here to help to learn and not like completing instruction or to complete the course, unlike which you may have noticed in other institutes or even your schools where they just try to complete the syllabus. We don't focus on that. We value your dreams and goals and we help you achieve them. Some more of the advantages. Our trainers, including myself, we all are industry expert. We have practical experience in field, and all of us are currently working somewhere or other, right? We use these things daily basis. We use the most simplified method to help you understand and learn. So our syllabus is designed in such a way that it is the most simplest way for anybody to learn it. Our courses are in that way not designed or limited to only people who are from IT or science or engineering background. In fact, I myself is from a commerce background, so you don't have to worry about if you're not one of those backgrounds. Job forums, query solving groups, and lifetime support. These are some of the things we provide. Like now, when you talk about job forums, it's basically a group where you'll be getting job posting. We do not support any hiring activity. We do not guarantee job, and we do not even provide job assistance. So we want to be very clear around that. Uh, we just help you get connect with the people who have job opening, and how you get in connect with them is we have a simple telegram group where a lot of our past students are there and they keep posting the job openings from their company. Their contact details you can find on that group when you join that group, and you can touch base with them and you can understand more, right? So very straightforward. It's a direct connect that we'll have. We are not intermediary there. Okay. I'm clarifying it because many people ask, do you provide job assistant or job guarantee? Nobody provides job guarantee or job assistant. If they do, well, be careful with those people. We don't. We don't provide job guarantee or job assistant. Okay. And finally, our curriculum is research based and designed for your industry and portfolio. So basically, you can just pick up some of our example and lift and shift to your company. These are all practical application based example, and our sessions will be very interactive. So as I said, it's the only presentation that I have in entire syllabus. That's only for demo. Everything else will happen on Excel and in VBA. You don't actually have to go through any presentation or curriculum. We have also kept in mind that all of us are working professional, or most of us are, or could be busy with work at home. So you cannot spend time and hours to do something on your own. So everything happens in class. So all you need to do is focus in class, don't miss session, and make sure that you practice during the session. So we give you enough time to practice during the session itself. You don't have to do anything extra uh, outside the class. Make sense? Any questions so far?
No, I think we are good.
Okay. So here are some of the next steps that you can do. First thing, you need to complete your registration. The fees is 9,000. I guess there's some discount that you'll get. You can get to know more from Imran. Here's the number that you should note down, which is 7378784675. Uh, there are payment methods. You need to make sure that you complete your registration before the class starts, right? Uh, the class start date is somewhere around 2 weeks from today, so you have enough time, and it should give you enough time to get any doubts you have been clarified. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me as well. I'll share my number at the end of the session. Um, then next thing, once you do registration, you need to attend the class, which is every Sunday 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Approximately 4 months, and you'll learn a lot of examples. Prepare for a free of cost certification exam by FCKS. Join the query support and job forum that I talked about. Learn some new example from other batches. So what I mean here is, even after your batch is ending, right, or ended, you will receive the example from the other or future batches as we keep adding new example, or getting the new ideas to help you train. So you'll be able to get those notes free of cost for the lifetime. You don't have to worry about those. And then guidance, you can also connect with your trainer. That's me. If you need any further guidance or learning path or the course that you have completed. And then finally, you'll be certified. We have been in this industry for past 10 years now. So AFCK certification are valued across. You can put those certification on your resume. You'll also receive a completion letter. uh, Start implementing what you learn. While you don't need to practice anything at home, but implementing what you learn is important. So you reap the benefit of your learning, right? If you don't implement, you will not be able to achieve anything after learning, right? Apply for your dream job. Use the forums that we have shared with you. Use query forum to ask any questions that you have. So all of those will be solved, and keep learning because we still have some of the days. Any question on this?
So I wanted to know, so what would be the exact start date for this class?
So I think it will be 2 weeks from now, which comes to somewhere, if I'm not wrong, 11th of July.
Okay, and it would be 4 months from 11th, right? Approximately.
Sorry, 10th of July. Yeah, approximately 4 months, and that's the max period. You should be able
Okay,
to do faster, of
all
course.
right.
Good question. Anybody else? Any other questions? All right. Um, so without
Hi, sir.
further, yeah, go ahead.
Sir, my small question is, they mentioned that it is the level one VBA foundation. So,
Correct.
my question is there any other intermediate or advanced VBA level also we can conduct that?
Yeah,
Sir,
after
this
this, you
question
need
is,
to,
if this course is done.
yeah, after this, there is a course called Advanced VBA, which you can do. And after that, there are specialization courses that you can do. So they are also available.
Okay, sir. This is the foundation of VBA.
Sorry, I missed your question again.
Sir, this is the level one they are mentioned, right?
This is level
So,
one. Yeah, this is foundation.
this is the foundation. Okay, sir.
Okay, and you,
Thank you,
uh,
sir.
okay, Dhal. All right. Okay, all right. Any other question from anyone? All right. So if you don't have any question, let's jump and see how VBA works, right? So we're going to see some quick example of VBA. All right. We'll start from very basic, right? So let's say, for example, we have given some names or you're given some email addresses and you want to convert them into names, right? So what I've done is I have created some buttons here, and you'll learn how to do this. And I can convert things to names. So for example, if I click here, uh, I can just provide the domain and click OK. I provide the separator, in this case, which is underscore, and this will be converted to names, right? It's a very, very simple example. The important thing about it, you can create your own tabs, you can create your own buttons and things, right? Same way you can convert names back to an email. So you can just click here. You can say provide domain, so I'll say google.com. You can provide a separator and it will be created, right? Now, all the things that you saw here, this message box, or the input box asking for the domain name, like here, all of these things are built while creating the code. Nothing of this is freely available, out of box available within within the within the tool Excel, right? All of these things are actually created by us, and you'll also learn how to create. You'll also learn some of the quick things that you need to do, right? As some of you said, you want to make your work faster. So most of the time while building report you spend will be on format, like formatting numbers. So you can simply format them on a button click, or you can remove format, right? If you look at this now here, all of these are still numbers. You can actually sum them. If you just write 20 kg somewhere and then 10 kg, you try to sum them, you will not be able to sum because these will not be numbers, right? So you'll be able to learn all these things, how to do this, right? And that's also on a button click. You'll be also able to do pure automation. So example I'm going to show you now is a pure automation. So let's say for example, let me create a folder and we'll call it split files. Okay. So here is a simple automation which you can use to split files. So I'm just going to click on this. I'm going to say enable. Just give me a second. Close this and open it. Because it is in zip file. It's confusing. All right. Sorry. This is a new laptop today. I usually don't work out of this laptop. All right. So let me show you. Just need to. All right. So split and email. So we're going to click on split. First thing is asking us, and this thing, right? This is a form. It's created by us. So it's asking. There are four columns. Select the number of columns you want to use to split. Let's say we just want to split by one. That is name. Okay. It will ask you select the field. So here I'm going to select name and click on split and create file. So it will ask you where you want to save it. Uh, so I'll just go to the new file that we have created just a few minutes back, which is this one, split files. There's nothing in here. It's going to say okay. It's creating files for us, right? You can't see it. They're getting created. 10 files are created, and I'll show you where they are. So here are those 10 files. If you see, it started at 9:41, ended at 9:40, but you didn't see it, right? So let me create them again. So what I'll do is we'll start it again. We'll say split. Now we'll, let's say, use two columns. Split it by name and let's say region combination, right? So it will be a combination of two things. And all the files, we want them to come here, right? So I'm going to say split and create file. It will ask you where needs to be created. I'll select this, say OK, and I'll just bring this up so you can actually see how those files are getting created. You see, these files are getting created as we look at it. And I guess all of them are created now. So 20 files are created. Right, let's try if you want to do more, right? All of these files are separate. So right, if I open it in here, you have data for a person called Alexandra and only for region East. And if you see the name is auto capture Alexandra East. Same way, if you look at the next file, it is Alexandra North, right? Alexandra and North. If you decide to do it manually, let's say you decide to create these files manually, how much time we'll spend? Let's split a little bit more. So we'll split by three now. First would be name, cells, and region. Okay, and we'll click on split files. And it will ask us where to say, we'll again do the same because I have deleted files from there. And here is where your files are getting created. Can you see? Now imagine creating such files manually, how much time it will take. And we don't know how many files will be created now because I have selected cells, which is basically a random number, which will end up making too many files. But we'll see how many files are getting created. At the moment, if you look at this small numbers here, which talks about item 75, 81, 85, these many numbers of files are getting created. So we are reaching close to 100 now, and 100 files are created already.
Sir, I have a question.
Hmm.
So in that file, what we can, what exactly is added or what is extracted from that particular file. So
Okay.
only the name or product or what exactly?
So the combination we gave name, cells, and region, wherever they are unique, right, that will be captured. So for example, name Rakesh, cells 32, and region East. If there is only one row, that will get extracted. If there are more row, all of them are getting extracted. Now in this case, I guess we'll get only one row because cells number which we picked up is very random, right? It will not be common for most of the things. So we'll not get any like common data. But earlier where we just did name, what it did is it just split the file by name. Okay. The second time we did name and region, it split the file by combination of name and region. And again, this is not a tool that comes packed in anywhere in Excel. This is built by us, and you will learn how to do it. Right? All the things that are happening, all the drop downs are coming, all the text is there, is done by writing code, and you'll learn how to do it. Does that make sense? Okay. 348 files created. I don't know how many files are getting created because cells is unique for everyone, right? If you look at cells, it looks to be, you don't see a repeat number so far. Do you see any repeat number? Okay, so 381 files are created, and we'll see how much time it took, right? So, so job started at 9:43 and ended at, if I go way up at the beginning, 9:46. So 3 minutes, 381 files. Okay. How much time you will take if you decide to create 381 files manually? So how will you do it, right? So let's say you're doing it for specific name and cell. So you just copy this, Control C and Control V, and then save as with the specific name. So you spend at least, let's say, if not much, okay, 30 seconds for creating a file into 381 that we have created. I'll divide it by 60, so we get minutes. I'll again divide it by 60 to get hours. So you spend 3 hours and some minutes, 10 minutes, I guess, to to create these mini files. At least 3 hours. How much time it took? 3 minutes. So these are the way you can automate things in VBA. You just saved 3 hours and 7 minutes, enough to get you award at your work. Okay, any question so far on the VBA action that we saw, or anything else? Any questions?
So, yeah, hi. I have one question. Okay, so like you talk about that this is one of the basic foundation level. Okay,
Hmm.
so I wanted to ask that we have some processor like where we have to follow right from the step 1 to step 5, step 10, right? So in order to automate couple of the step, uh, so can we this training will be helpful for those steps also?
If all your steps are in Excel from 1 to 10, you'll be able to do all those 1 to 10 with this code. If they are somewhere outside Excel, so for example, let's say you're getting data from, let's say, SQL Server, right? That
Yes.
will not be covered into this. Anything
So
within
that
Excel will be covered in this course. That there is a next level courses.
okay, that will be advanced, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Any other question? All right. So if you don't have any question, you can actually stop here. You can note down this number, 73784675. Imran, who is our student relationship manager, and you can also note down my number, which I'm going to send it in chat. If you have any question, you can reach out to either of us. All right. Uh, I'll I'll stop recording now. So if you have any question, you can still ask. Okay.
Sir,